Thank you for joining me for a few minutes.
Of course.
So we are here today with, please do not hurt me if I mispronounce your name. Uh, Hicham Hajji, correct?
Perfect.
Thank you. Writer and director for Redemption Day, which is going to be out at select theaters wherever you can on January 8th, and then on demand and digital on the 12th. Can you tell us about the film?
Ah, this film. This film is it's I guess you've seen the trailer. It's a very easy story, I would say, uh, but not that easy. I'm coming. So it's a political action thriller about a woman, Kate Paxton, who's a famous American archaeologist, and they discover 315,000 years human bone in Morocco. So she goes to Morocco to discover this because this is changing all the human origins, because we've been taught that we came from Eastern Africa 200,000 years ago. But with this discovery, it changes all of the human origins. So she got there and they discover these bones and get kidnapped by a terrorist group. So her husband needs to go to back to Morocco to this him it's the war area. He's been to Syria, he's been to Afghanistan, and now he has to go to Morocco to save his woman. And we discovered that there is a lot of things behind, and it's not only terrorists, and there is a lot of political problem in the region, and there are the oil companies trying to make a lot of problems in the area. So yeah, this it's the way I would say it. It's kind of interesting action political drama.
You get a lot of accomplished, I think, in the film, and I had the privilege of actually taking a look at it over the weekend, and I did enjoy it. Uh,
Thank you.
Surrender Swan's Kate to me came off more as the main character, just because of the fact of how she deals with each situation she's in, starting with you have Gary Dourdan as Brad Paxton, dealing with his PTSD, dealing with her job, her family, and then this situation. Can you talk about her character a little bit more?
Yeah, so she's Kate is a strong woman who's been fighting with life for a lot of things. She's a famous archaeologist. She goes to Morocco, and once she get kidnapped, she's trying to find solutions. She's trying to get close to one of the guys from this area, from the house, who bring her water and food. And Serinda is an amazing actress. I have the chance to work with her because she, between the set and outside of the set, she's two completely different person, and she's been working very hard for that part to give the emotion I wanted, the emotion she wanted to bring on board and everything. And yes, I mean, I think she's been doing a fantastic job.
One of Gary's Brad, the character,
Mhm.
traits is the fact that he's dealing with this PTSD from his military career in the past. How do you write that in? How do you prepare the actor? Because it's a very sensitive subject for thousands.
Yeah, so actually, you know what? When we first sent the script to Gary, we were not dealing with this PTSD parts through all over the movie. It was just a minor scene that we were talking about it. And while we were preparing the movie with Gary, he had the idea to make it last longer. So what we did is we tried to have this kind of flashbacks all over the movie and not just in the beginning. And that was a great idea. And actually, this idea came first from Andy Garcia, and then Gary wanted to develop it. And we've been, because you cannot be a normal human being and go to war and see what you see and come back without brain damage, because it's uh, and Gary knows a lot of people, know a lot of militaries, and he really wanted to develop this part in the movie.
I think you guys did a fantastic job at depicting him and dealing with it, but at the same time, his support system. You guys have Ernie Hudson playing his dad. You see the way his daughter, he goes with his daughter in the beginning of the film, and the way the wife always checks up on him. And despite the fact of him being this hero, everybody knows how to take care of him, how to approach him, and how to talk to him. I thought that was really important. I think thought you guys did really well with that.
Thank you so much.
So speaking more about the military, how do you write a film and then direct a film where where you're probably going to be criticized by military personnel just about how things function? How much research do you put into it, and how does that work?
Well, we put a lot of research, and at the end of the day, we're not. It's a war movie, it's a military movie, but we're not into the details of how the military works and everything. We're mainly focused on the character of a military when he's back with the PTSD, and also the mission for him to go and save his wife. That's the main focus. But of course, there is some war scenes. There is maybe they will say the tent are supposed to be yellow, not green, or something like this. But I think we did a lot of research while we were writing the script, and I think for the kind of story we want to tell and everything, I think it should be all right. I mean, we're talking to a lot of people, and I think a lot of people are gonna identify themselves either from the protagonist or the antagonist.
So speaking about shooting the film now, where did you guys film? Was this on location in Morocco?
So yeah, we shoot 99% of the movie in Morocco. All the New York scene you've seen in the movie has been shot in Morocco, beside the drone shots of actual New York. Everything else was in Morocco. I grew up in Morocco, so I've been working my entire life is in Morocco. I started as a second AD, then I became a first AD, and then a producer. So I've done hundreds of film sets, of sets, because it's been mixed between commercials and movies, and I know almost all the location and exactly what we can find in Morocco, from modern locations to deserts to beaches to everything. So I thought Morocco would be the only place for me where I can make it happen with the budget I had at the time to make that happen. Because if I wanted to come to New York and shoot in an apartment or in the streets of New York or anything, it would have been, impossible budget wise.
So action thrillers have some of the best battle sequences, I think, gunfights, in order to keep us all engaged. How do you build a good action scene?
Well, that was a lot of work with my DP, going into the locations and try to rewrite the sequences around that location and make it last as much as possible, and not just go from the door and you're there and you kill the guy and come back. So we had to work. Actually, we went to the location, I think, at least 10 times, and sit for hours and discuss how the character can go from this point and until he gets to Jafar, and go back without making it happen in 2 minutes. Because actually, if we see the location, by the time you get inside and outside, it's it's 2 minutes. But we have to think about a smart way where we keep a lot of people coming in, trying to stop them. Once you get inside, you're stuck. So we had to work on this deambulation, where when you create life for the script.
So the next thing I want to talk to you about is, I found it really clever the way you were able to integrate a little bit of politics into the story, because this wasn't a clear cut. They abducted her. Now we have to go rescue her. There was a gray area in between.
I'm glad you get it, because to be honest, for me, that's a major point of the movie, and that's exactly the story I want to tell. It's not just about this guy trying to save his wife, but I really want people to understand the backstory, and most of the time, who's behind this kind of operations.
Yeah, because because this animosity is not towards an archaeologist. This goes way beyond that. And
Exactly.
I really like the fact that it wasn't just kind of like I was saying, oh, we're gonna go rescue her. It was actually, hey, she's been kidnapped, and meetings and being very discreet. And it's like, why? They have an American. Shouldn't they just go in and rescue her? But no, you find out that there's a whole lot more involved. Obviously, we can't talk too much about it,
Yeah.
but don't want to spoil too much. But I like that. It's different than what we sometimes see in action films.
You know what's funny is there is a big polemic about the movie right now in Algeria because I mean I've been all over the news as enemy number one, enemy of state number one, because everyone thinks that I'm gonna tell you this because nobody knows in America. Uh, in the Algerian TV, they think that the Moroccan government has financed the movie against Algeria because they watched a 2-minute trailer and the guy say you have to take me to Algeria, and and they think that we're showing the Algerian as bad people and the Moroccan as a good people because there is a conflict between Morocco and Algeria. And by the way, I'm talking about it in the movie a little bit, but Donald Trump 2 weeks ago just announced it because we've been having a big problem with Algeria about the Moroccan Sahara, the south of Morocco is in two parts, and all the south, we've been in war with Algeria for years. And Donald Trump has been announced 2 weeks ago that the desert, the Moroccan Sahara, the Sahara is Moroccan. So the Algerian thought that we made this movie and we were waiting for Trump to announce it to release the movie, which is ridiculous.
Well, no, because you talked about it. You were raised. You're from there. You know the
Yeah,
area,
yeah,
and it
yeah,
made sense for you.
yeah. But when you watch the movie at the end, this little Algerian guy, he's one of the nicest character in the movie, and
Yeah. So what are your hopes that audiences actually take away from the film?
listen, at the end of the day, it's an entertainment movie. It's a nice movie to watch. There is some love sequence. I mean, love. The main story about the movie is a guy who loves his wife and he's going to go to save her. So it's a love story. It's an action movie. It's political. I want you people just to enjoy the show and open their mind about what's happening in the region.
Hicham, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on the film.
Thank you so much.
It was very entertaining, and coming up January 8th in select theaters, like I said before, be able to watch it, or on demand and digital on the 12th.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.